Your soulmate is in grave danger tonight. Stop everything and watch this. My beloved child, don't skip this, not even for a moment, because something huge is waiting for you, and the message you are about to hear may explain why your heart has felt strangely unsettled tonight. Your soulmate is moving through a moment they never expected, and somehow, your connection is at the center of it. Stay till the end, because the first sign is not what you think. There is something they have been carrying silently, something they almost decided to keep hidden forever, and tonight a powerful realization is beginning to rise inside them. They may be far away from you, completely silent, or acting as though everything is normal, but beneath that silence, something has shifted. Don't skip, because the next part reveals what they suddenly understood about you. Here is where the story becomes impossible to ignore. Your soulmate has reached an emotional crossroads, and one thought keeps returning to them no matter how hard they try to push it away: you. Something reminded them of your presence, perhaps a memory, a place, a song, a familiar feeling, or even a moment that seemed completely ordinary. But instead of fading, it opened a door inside them. Suddenly, they saw the connection differently. They realized that losing the opportunity to speak honestly with you could become one of their greatest regrets. That realization shook them deeply. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the strongest revelation has not arrived yet. There is a reason this message found you tonight. Something has shifted tonight, my beloved child, and the strange part is that your soulmate may not even understand why they suddenly feel pulled toward you. A moment ago, they were carrying on with their ordinary routine, but then something reminded them of you so strongly that everything around them seemed to fade for a second. Don't skip this, because what happened next is the part you were never supposed to overlook. They remembered a moment involving you, a look, a conversation, a silence, or something you once said, and suddenly they realized that their feelings were much deeper than they had allowed themselves to admit. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next revelation connects directly to why their heart feels unsettled tonight. But listen carefully, there is another layer to this story. Your soulmate has been trying to make sense of an unusual feeling they cannot easily explain. It is as if something inside them keeps saying, "I need to know how they are." They may have checked something connected to you, thought about reaching out, or almost made a decision before stopping themselves at the final second. And that hesitation matters. Because behind it is a truth they have been hiding even from themselves. They are afraid that if they finally open the door between you, everything they have been pretending not to feel will come rushing back. Don't skip, because this is where the story takes a completely unexpected turn. Something huge is waiting for you, and what they realize next could change the way they see your connection forever. Now comes the moment you need to remember, because tonight is not about chasing them, forcing anything, or trying to predict what they will do. It is about recognizing the powerful emotional shift happening beneath the surface. Your soulmate may suddenly understand that losing the chance to speak with you would hurt far more than admitting what is truly in their heart. And there is one particular thought that keeps returning to them, one thought they cannot silence no matter how hard they try. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Because when that thought finally becomes impossible for them to ignore, you are going to understand why this night feels so different, and why something huge may already be moving toward you. Tonight carries a completely different feeling, my beloved child, because your soulmate has reached the point where pretending everything is fine is becoming harder than facing what is actually inside their heart. Don't skip, because this is where the hidden part of the story begins to surface. There is a memory they keep returning to, and every time it appears, it brings the same question with it: what if I had been honest sooner? That question is becoming heavier tonight. They may have tried to distract themselves, stay busy, or convince themselves that time has changed everything, but something about this night has reopened a door they thought they had permanently closed. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the reason this memory suddenly matters is far more emotional than you realize. And then comes the moment that changes everything. Your soulmate starts connecting details they once ignored. A small coincidence, an unexpected reminder, a familiar place, or even a simple thought suddenly feels meaningful because it brings you back into their mind at exactly the moment they were questioning their own choices. Don't skip. They begin wondering whether they misunderstood your silence, whether you were waiting for them, and whether they allowed pride, uncertainty, or fear of rejection to create distance where there could have been understanding. Something inside them is saying that they cannot keep postponing the truth forever. Stay till the end, because the next realization is the one that could make their entire perspective shift. But there is one final piece you need to hear tonight. Your soulmate may be discovering that what they truly miss is not simply your presence, but the version of themselves they felt when they were connected to you. That is why the feeling is so difficult to escape. They remember how certain moments felt around you, how naturally they could imagine a future, and how different everything seemed before they started overthinking every possibility. Don't skip now. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The next part of this story reveals the one realization that could finally push them to stop watching from a distance and confront what their heart has been trying to tell them all along. Something is about to become clear, my beloved child, and this is the moment where the entire meaning of tonight begins to change. Your soulmate has been replaying a particular possibility in their mind, and the more they think about it, the more they realize they may have misunderstood the connection between you. Don't skip, because the thought that appeared in their mind was simple but powerful. What if this person was never meant to be temporary? That question hit differently tonight. Suddenly, memories that once seemed random started connecting like pieces of a hidden picture. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next realization goes even deeper. Then something unexpected happens inside them. Instead of thinking only about what happened between you, they begin thinking about what could still happen. They imagine hearing your voice again, seeing your reaction, having the conversation they postponed, and finally saying the words they kept trapped behind silence. Don't skip. This is not about a perfect fantasy, it is about a truth they have been avoiding. They are beginning to understand that waiting for the perfect moment may only create more distance. And somewhere inside, they know that if they continue pretending they do not care, they may eventually look back and wish they had been brave enough to act differently. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and there is one final realization that makes tonight unforgettable. And here is what you need to hold on to. Your soulmate's greatest realization may not be about the past at all, it may be about the value of your presence in their future. For the first time, they are considering what life would genuinely feel like if you were no longer part of their story. That thought creates an emotional silence they cannot easily escape. Don't skip now. Stay till the end, because this is where the hidden message becomes stronger. Sometimes a person understands the depth of a connection only when they imagine its absence. And tonight, your soulmate may be discovering that your place in their heart is far more permanent than they ever admitted. Something huge is waiting for you, and the next part reveals what they may finally decide to do with that realization. My beloved child, the silence is about to speak louder than words, because your soulmate has reached a moment where one realization keeps rising above everything else: they cannot keep treating this connection like something ordinary. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Tonight, they may be looking at an old memory, remembering something you said, or suddenly realizing how much meaning was hidden inside a moment they once ignored. And now they are asking themselves a question they never expected to ask so seriously: what if I have been standing at the doorway of something extraordinary this entire time? Stay till the end, because the answer is beginning to unfold, and the next revelation is even more powerful. But here is the part that changes the entire story. Your soulmate is not only remembering you, they are imagining the conversation they would have if there were no hesitation between you. They picture telling you what they really felt, explaining why they became distant, and finally admitting what they could never express properly before. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because one particular emotion keeps returning every time they imagine that conversation: relief. They want the weight of uncertainty to disappear. They want to know where they truly stand with you. And even if they have not taken that step yet, something inside them is becoming stronger than the reasons that once kept them silent. Now listen carefully, because this is where tonight becomes unforgettable. Your soulmate may suddenly understand that the biggest obstacle was never the connection itself. It was everything they were afraid might happen if they became completely honest. What if you had moved on? What if you no longer felt the same? What if the moment they finally gathered courage, they discovered they had waited too long? That thought is creating urgency inside them, not panic, but a powerful desire to stop delaying what matters. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, and the next part reveals the one hidden truth they may finally be ready to acknowledge. Sometimes the heart knows the value of someone long before the courage arrives to say it aloud. My beloved child, the next piece of this story begins with a feeling your soulmate cannot easily explain, because tonight they may suddenly realize that the connection they tried to place in the past still has a pulse in their heart. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. They remember the smallest details about you, the things you probably assumed they had forgotten. And those details are returning with surprising intensity. A certain expression, a particular conversation, the sound of your voice, or the feeling they experienced when they were around you suddenly becomes impossible to dismiss. Stay till the end, because this is not about one random memory. It is about the realization that some connections leave an imprint much deeper than expected. Then comes the thought that changes their entire perspective. Maybe I was looking at this from the wrong direction. For so long, they may have focused on timing, distance, uncertainty, or everything that seemed complicated between you. But tonight, their attention shifts toward what was always there, the emotional truth underneath it all. Don't skip. They begin wondering whether you were quietly protecting your own heart while they were busy protecting theirs. And that possibility hits them hard. They may start understanding that your silence did not necessarily mean you stopped caring. Perhaps you were simply waiting to see whether they would finally meet you with honesty instead of hesitation. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next realization reaches even deeper. And now, my beloved child, here is the part you absolutely need to hear. Your soulmate may be approaching a decision that has been postponed for far too long. Not because anyone is forcing them, but because their own heart is demanding clarity. They are beginning to understand that some doors do not remain open forever, and some words become heavier the longer they remain unsaid. Don't skip now. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next stage is not about wondering whether they remember you, it is about what they choose to do after realizing they never truly stopped caring. And when that realization finally settles inside them, one unexpected thought may become impossible to ignore: I need to stop waiting for the perfect moment. My beloved child, tonight the silence reaches a turning point, because your soulmate may be realizing that the answer they have been searching for was hidden inside their own heart all along. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. They may suddenly feel an overwhelming urge to revisit everything that happened between you, not to blame, not to regret, but to understand. One memory stands out above the rest, and it carries a feeling they cannot shake. They remember a moment when your presence felt unusually meaningful, yet they never fully understood why. Now they are looking back with different eyes, and that old moment is starting to feel like the beginning of something they were too uncertain to recognize at the time. Stay till the end, because the next realization could completely change how you see their silence. But then, something even more surprising happens. Your soulmate begins imagining what would happen if they stopped waiting for circumstances to become perfect and simply allowed themselves to be honest. Don't skip. They picture the conversation, your reaction, the first few words, and even the awkward silence that might come afterward. And strangely, the idea no longer feels as frightening as it once did. It feels necessary. Something huge is waiting for you, because they are beginning to understand that clarity can be more powerful than endless guessing. They may not know exactly how the story will unfold, but one thing is becoming clearer: continuing to hide behind uncertainty will not make their feelings disappear. Stay till the end, because the next part reveals what their heart is slowly preparing them to accept. And here is the revelation you were waiting for: your soulmate may finally be recognizing that what they miss most is the emotional safety they associated with you. Not perfection. Not some imaginary fairy tale. You. The feeling of being understood without having to explain every little thing. The feeling that someone could see beyond the surface. Don't skip now. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and this realization could become the bridge between everything that happened before and everything that happens next. Tonight may be the moment they stop asking, "Should I forget this connection?" and start asking the question that changes everything: what would happen if I finally gave it a real chance? My beloved child, the next shift may be the one your soulmate never saw coming, because something inside them is becoming impossible to silence. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Tonight, they may suddenly understand that they have been searching for certainty in every place except the one place that actually matters: their own heart. A memory of you returns again, but this time it feels different. They are not simply remembering what happened. They are recognizing what that moment meant. Stay till the end, because something about that memory may reveal why your connection has continued to occupy a space they could never completely close. Then comes the unexpected realization: your soulmate may have been measuring your connection by what happened on the outside, while their heart was measuring it by what happened within. Don't skip. They remember how their mood changed after speaking with you, how certain thoughts stayed with them long after a conversation ended, and how your absence could sometimes be felt even when everything around them seemed normal. Something huge is waiting for you, because they are beginning to understand that genuine emotional impact cannot always be explained by logic. They may have tried to label the connection, distance themselves from it, or convince themselves that time would make it disappear. Yet tonight, one truth keeps returning: some feelings become clearer when everything else becomes quiet. Stay till the end, because the next revelation takes this even further. And now listen carefully, because this may be the most important moment so far. Your soulmate is beginning to imagine a future where they finally stop hiding behind hesitation. Not a perfect future, not a guaranteed outcome, but a future where they speak honestly and allow you to see what has been happening inside them. Don't skip now. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the question is no longer whether they remember you, they do. The question is whether they are ready to transform that realization into action. And somewhere deep within them, a new thought is beginning to rise: maybe the moment I have been waiting for is not coming. Maybe I have to create it. My beloved child, the moment you have been waiting for is getting closer, because your soulmate may finally be seeing the truth behind all those confusing emotions. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Tonight, they are not simply thinking about you, they are comparing the feeling of having you in their life with the emptiness of imagining a future where your paths never cross again. And that comparison is revealing something they can no longer pretend not to notice. They remember how naturally certain conversations flowed, how your presence could change their entire mood, and how even after distance appeared, something about you remained unforgettable. Stay till the end, because this realization is leading them toward a decision they have delayed for longer than they want to admit. Then comes the thought that could completely change everything. What if I was given another chance, and I was too afraid to recognize it? Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate may begin replaying moments where they could have been more open, more present, or simply more honest. They realize that sometimes people lose precious opportunities not because they stop caring, but because they become trapped inside their own doubts. And suddenly, the possibility of another chapter feels more powerful than the fear of starting one. Stay till the end, because they may be quietly preparing themselves for a conversation that could reveal what has been hidden beneath months of silence. And now, my beloved child, here is the deepest realization of tonight: your soulmate may finally understand that they do not want to keep wondering about you from a distance. They want clarity. They want to know whether the door between you is still open, whether your heart still recognizes theirs, and whether the story that seemed unfinished might deserve one honest moment. Don't skip now. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The next step may begin with something incredibly small: a message, a simple question, a familiar name appearing on a screen, or an unexpected attempt to reconnect. And when that moment comes,